Thulak does approach, slowly looks at the group, at the melted-faced individual traveling with you.
He's a human, it's fine.
He nods and takes a step closer. And...
Puppet, move out of the way. I shove the puppet out of the way.
Jeez.
really pushy today.
So
I know I
rude.
am. I'm very
He
bold.
takes a step in, and I'm going to do a strength save for him.
Well, wait, you don't need to step in, just, like, Ruby it.
It's too late.
He did not fully understand what you were asking of him.
Well, before he, like, as he steps forward again, can I just stop him? I don't want him to get hurt.
I could have cast Identify before, didn't you?
Also, stop crowding the man!
What is the proficiency bonus for level 15?
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Hi.
+4.
Alright.
If it looks like he... Well, can you tell me what he rolls so that I may or may not inspire him?
25.
Okay, don't inspire him.
So, he walks in, and the chains start wrapping around his feet. He just kicks at it and breaks free, and then takes a step back.
Okay, so, not direct effect. Might I check it for arcane businesses? While you just hold it near it?
He shrugs and holds it out.
Okay, I don't take it from him, but I just, like, place my hands on it. Does there seem to be any faint interaction? Like, if we had both of the keys, the chains would part, maybe?
Give me an Arcana.
I will. And before doing so... wait, can I inspire myself? I forget.
You have to have a certain borrowed college for that.
Then no, I cannot. Arcana.
You gonna do a Arcana check on it again?
He's
Again?
doing it for a different kind of reason. This time now.
Okay.
You're not really able to tell, from what you can see, him having it near this isn't giving any sort of reaction. You're not sure if having another one would do anything, if that would help, or you're just plainly not sure.
Okay, well, thank you, Thulak. I was wrong.
He nods and, looks towards Odin, kind of waiting for him to move.
Can I cast Identify on that gem?
Oh, yeah, you...
What do we got?
Do you want to do that as a ritual?
Sure.
Alright. So he just kind of stands there with this out as you take out these different tools and start doing your little spells on it. He just stands there, staring at you the entire time. You do identify it as, again, it's something that several mages use. It's a pretty rare, wondrous item that can be used to unlock different doors, and sometimes some wizards will make whole sets of them to open up one thing. Other than that, like, it has to go into an actual, like, slot that, is shaped. Yeah. Or else it doesn't really do anything else. But,
Really? Well, why didn't we just do that in the first place?
Why did I just do that?
Why didn't we do that in the first place?
What?
he got pretty high on the Arcana, so... Wasn't really, there wasn't really too much more that you learned from that, other than it does need to go into a slot for any sort of magical thing to happen from it. You don't get the feeling that having the keys will do anything to these chains.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry to waste everyone's time. I guess we'll just go through then.
I just had an
Okay.
idea.
Would I be able to touch the chief while I'm touching the gem and find out what spell he's under, or any of us are under? Specifically him?
You would have to... Does Identify do that?
Yes.
You would have to do it again, or, like, use an actual spell slot for it while you're doing that. because with how much magic you're doing, it's really easy to slip that kind of stuff in.
Well,
So-
I mean, I'm touching him in the gym. I'm guessing, right? I'm not holding it. He's holding it, right?
Yeah, but you would have to, like,
Whoa.
the ritual would only affect either the chief or the stone. It wouldn't do a 2-for-1. So unless you wanted to do another ritual on him, then
That's
Alright, you want to try to do a ritual on him?
fine. Let's see.
Jesus. I just opened Discord.
Oh yeah, you saw that? Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's more close to what I was thinking of when you said fairy.
I like my version better.
Can you please get rid of that? That's making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. There you go.
Could I cast it on? Let me see who can't see through this enchantment. Alton then?
One
love that
second,
movie.
somebody's stomping through my house.
Yes.
I love that movie. I hope they make a second one because they're planning on it.
I had the twist ruined for me, so I haven't seen it.
Oh, either?
I mean, it's not that difficult to see coming, but it still was a great movie. Everybody I watched it with said it wasn't scary, or well, said that it wasn't really scary, but I thought it was pretty scary. But I thought it was a really great movie. They just didn't seem to like it. Oh god.
I thought it was pretty funny as well.
Yeah.
It did a
It's just
good.
an all-around great movie. I don't know how they slipped in comedy at some point.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm looking at the pictures of some of the monsters, and then one of the cages is just like a white chick standing there.
Yeah.
The ultimate fear. Women.
I mean, it's just a white woman standing there with her arms crossed.
It's just a soccer mom.
It's an upset woman. and
No,
she won't tell you
I'm
what she's upset about.
back, and that was a wonderful line to come back to you.
it looks like. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm seeing it from a different angle. It does look like an upset soccer mom. She just doesn't have a lower part under her torso.
What are you guys talking about?
Cabin in the woods.
Okay. So,
Very white women.
anyways, do you spend the time till you cast this on Thulak?
If he'll let me.
So, you want to cast a spell on me.
I want to learn what magic is affecting this area enough, and why we can't see each other as we actually are. I won't hurt you.
And to be honest, we
What
are
it-
in the middle of your camp, so
Wouldn't it be as effective if you cast it on one of your allies rather than me?
You have been under the effects the longest, so you'll technically tell me the most information about it. And I can't remember who was affected by it and who isn't.
Uh-oh.
Alright. So, he does stand there, and... Alright, go ahead.
Yay.
Alright, so, you take out a little piece of, chalk and tickle him with an owl feather.
Chalk.
You draw some symbols on him as you tickle him. And...
Tell me the dirty girl.
yeah, so, from that, you do actually feel a rather old enchantment on him. It's, been there for maybe 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
That, it's kind of almost a primal thing. Like, it's not so much as a fully, like, worked out spell. It's more
Okay.
like
A ritual?
some sort of,
wild magic.
yeah, some sort of wild magic totem. Give me an Arcana check, actually. You have advantage.
Arcana check with advantage? Alright.
Yep. Doesn't matter, so...
No?
No, I said the advantage didn't matter because you got two 21s.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
from what you feel of this, it feels like some sort of orcish magic, some kind of shamanic thing. From what you can guess, this is some sort of spiritual thing that orc chieftains go through. Other than that, you don't sense any sort of magic on him.
Gotcha. Okay. Tom, thank you.
By the way, with Identify, you would identify that the spell does take and do something with his soul. It takes it from where it would naturally go to the different planes and afterlives, and instead deposit it somewhere else.
He's a lich.
Not quite like Lich, it's more like, going into a different afterlife than what would naturally be.
I get you.
Yeah.
Well,
I speak
Shall
in
we-
Elvish to you, and I tell you that I'm sure the orcs are the source of this magic.
you are. I speak back in Elvish. I assume you're talking to me. I'm the elf.
Right? You
Why
are.
do you... Is that what you found?
That's what it seems like. Like wild
Well,
magic or ritual.
Why... What leads... Why? What? What leads you to say that?
That magic they have is specific to their race and certain tribes.
What magic is it?
Can't exactly be sure. It's pretty old, but it's not a
How
regular
old?
spell. Maybe 20 years. It's been affecting. this
But they've
area.
only been here for 2 years.
It doesn't mean the spell or ritual wasn't done before that, though. I'm not sure exactly when they all came.
But
Maybe it's
who-
a year.
2 years ago, yes. They came here 2 years ago. I found that out already. Who would delay a spell for 18 years?
No one's saying it's being delayed. Maybe it's been in effect this entire time. We just got here. And they've only been here a short time.
Say, would there be anything in my lore book about ancient orc, like, traditions or initiations that would involve this sort of magic?
What exactly is your lore book on? My god!
I don't know, it's just lore book. I'm thinking of any lore, I put it in there.
You wouldn't know unless you speak Elvish.
I can speak Elvish.
It's just
Okay.
a book of lore, right?
Yeah, so it would
Yeah.
it would help you out if you do a history check for this,
Okay, I'll
as
make
it
a history.
is just kind of like a different. It has like different traditions and stuff from the area of Grafeu, which Shiv, Ektha, all that good stuff's on.
Okay, I'd like to make a history check on see if I know anything about traditions like this.
Right. And you spoke Elvish, so you heard all that was just said?
Yes, I do speak Elvish, so I understood what they said.
That and the rule book, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh.
Damn it!
So, the rule book, while it briefly mentions, orc shaman magic, there's not any sort of specifics that it goes into. The fact that orcs have different shamans that, like, use spirits to enhance their spells is pretty common knowledge, so you haven't really gotten anything else out of it.
Gentlemen, I think I have an idea. It appears that whoever created, and I'm saying this in Elvish to those two, whoever created this area seemed to make it specifically to cause two groups of people to fight each other to the death, so their spirits go somewhere. And what do shamans use for magic? Spirits.
I do
Yeah,
want
that's
to
in
point out, shamans, unlike necromancers, they're a lot more, like, attuned with it. It's more of a... The spirits, they help out the spirits, and the spirits enjoy them, so the spirits will help them out, rather than necromancers who plainly force the spirits to do things.
Unless a shaman became a necromancer.
Which that, while uncommon, whenever that does happen, a mixture between necromancy and shamanic magics has always proven to be pretty devastating.
Exactly. That's where I think might be at work here. And I'm thinking, since an obvious trap is here, perhaps the key to get through this is in the human lair, since they themselves don't see any obvious traps like this. And since those gems seem to be... So, I don't know if you said that or not, if the gems can fit into something, did you?
What does that red entrance look like to me, Klaus?
So, the red entrance area, that red block there, that's just where, like, the chain starts.
Long story short, I think the place where we can get through the chains is in the human camp. You gotta use the gems in their somewhere in their camp, which will unlock these chains. That is my theory.
It is in fact a theory.
And albeit a difficult one since they don't seem too keen on helping us.
Which is exactly why they would design it like that. Because two groups of monsters would never help each other.
What the heck is that? Oh.
Two groups of... I'm saying they would make it so that that the groups of people who come here would never work together, they just keep killing each other.
By the way, I just kind of want to point out, like, I just realized that everybody kind of just arranged themselves to be almost in a perfect arrow towards the entrance of this.
Okay. Oh boy, we have dexterity saving throw now?
No, wait. That was awesome. Keep it. I didn't even notice that either. Sick. Alright.
Well, did you want to search the camp for a socket, then?
It would seem to be our only lead right now.
Well, no, we could also just go through the chains.
Well, then be my guest. Go through the chains.
Little puppet man. I talked to the puppet. Puppet. Go through the chains.
No.
See what happens.
No.
Why not? It's for experimentation.
Did you not see the rock?
Yes, but you are not a rock.
I don't want to do that.
Just step in for a moment. Didn't you see the orc chief? He was perfectly fine.
Here's an idea. How about I make myself twice as big and I throw you in there?
No.
I'm talking about Ozzy.
Look, puppet. Here's the thing. Oh, look,
And holy
there he
shit.
goes.
Breaker steps in.
What? Whoa.
Alright,
I
Raikou,
look-
effectively you have, if you want to just use your movement, 15 foot of move speed, or 30 foot if you also use your action before the effect of this takes place. So, would you like to move any more?
I step in for full effect, trying to detect if this is actually real or if I'm imagining.
Alright, as you do in fact feel chains wrapping around your feet, give me a strength save. You feel yourself being locked in place as you take 5 points of piercing damage. As actually, no, that'd be bludgeoning if it's like squeezing in on you.
Yeah.
So Riker's trying to figure out two questions. One, is this actually real and is he not imagining it? And two, would his connection to Tiamat, or however you say that, any way to get around? Like, is his connection with Tiamat, like,
Tiamat is a lot more about, like, binding things. It's not so much a how to get out of. If you look throughout
I'm
this...
not trying to get out of it. I'm trying to figure out if this is Tiamat. Like, if this is, like, Tiamat's, like, area. Like, if he's enchanted this
Go
area,
ahead and roll me a, I'm gonna say history. No, it's a religion.
religion.
Yep.
Ah.
Anybody helping me?
I'll assist you.
I can. I'll since I'm examining you closely while you're doing this, I'll
Yeah.
beseech Ayun to bestow more knowledge upon you.
All right.
Or
So
the
we're
equivalent
doing
of
an 18 then.
Icarus. I'll beseech Icarus.
Alright, go ahead and roll a religion check to try to assist him with that.
Oh, doesn't it just give him advantage?
Nope, you gotta get a DC 10.
A DC what?
Yep,
You
it's
gotta
a
get
D-
above a 10.
Yep, if you do an 8 other, you got to get a DC 10 to get that advantage for them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got it.
So,
Maybe he's the one rolling. Yeah.
Raikou, these are actually chains from Tiamat. Not
They
so,
are actually.
Yes, not so much like these are from the plane of dread, though not like something that somebody made based off of it. These are straight up chains from the plane of dread.
Okay. So my first question then was like, is this isn't fake then, obviously. Like this is actually real.
That is
law
real,
Tiamat
yes.
Has. Okay. Can I use my connection with Tiamat to pass, or to maybe even like bring out kind of connection with them or something like that, like more ideas? Because I do drain. Some of the power.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give you with an 18 and your whole stuff you got going on. The fact that chains from the plane of dread is in somewhere that does not look like the plane of dread is unheard of.
Yeah.
So,
Unless
it's
somebody
not.
cast it.
Yeah, so you've never heard of him, like, occasionally whenever one of those deals are made that we talked about, then he'll sometimes appear himself to enact that, and sometimes he'll bring along the chains with him to bind something up, but they are rarely in another plane for more than a minute.
Okay. So, is there any way to? So if they're chains from the plane of dread from Tiamat, does that mean that they're pretty much undestroyable? Like, there's pretty much no way to destroy them.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to destroy them.
Unless,
Like,
Yeah,
you,
okay.
you get the idea that while these are really good at entangling things and keeping them held down and suffocating them to death, it's, the only real way that you can think of to get through this is to just, like, push through as fast as possible.
yeah. So
By the way, while you were sitting there thinking about that, give me another strength save.
okay. I was gonna say, like, once I learn that, I'm gonna try to step back, and if I can't, I'm gonna ask everybody to help.
I imagine
Wow.
someone's gonna help you.
Alright,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
able
gonna- I'm gonna
to,
be like, I don't know, I can't.
you're able to move normally, however you do take 1 point of damage as you break free.
How much damage?
1 point.
Point. All right, so I'm gonna step back. If that's okay.
Alright.
And then, so what do I have now? I have 25. Okay. And then I'm going to again cast Fiendish Vigor on myself, so that I get temporary HP again. So I get 5 more HP. And then I am going to. Okay. So I'm going to cast Unseen Servant as a ritual, like out here somewhere, and see
Alright.
what happens to it.
While he's casting this, does anybody else wish to do anything?
I kind of do, but I don't think it would work.
If you want to try something, feel free.
Uh,
I can see all the chains, right, Klaus?
You can see what?
Chains where he's casting his spell.
Yeah, you can see him slowly starting to put together this ritual. Arcane symbols begin to flash in front of his hands as he's performing it.
Can I cast Ray of Frost on the closest set of chains to slow it down?
Well, I
Uh,
step back, so I'm not in any danger.
It's not for you. It's for the Unseen Servant.
So you're just kind of holding that off until right whenever he's about to summon it?
Yeah, when he summons it, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the chains and go for it.
Alright. Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
I'll observe.
Alright. So, as you finish the ritual, a form of force appears, the chains begin to move, go ahead and make your attack.
Oh,
So-
you're saying when I cast it, they start going after it?
Yes. Like, after you, finish the casting of it, and the ray of frost does hit it, and you see a layer of ice begin to form on it, but then all of a sudden the ice just breaks. It doesn't even slow it down, it just completely wraps around the mostly, oddly shaped force, and then it just squeezes, and then there's a pop as it is destroyed.
As it kills my unseen servant?
Yeah, because it has 1 health and a strength of 2,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. Okay. So, so fill me in, guys. What happened last time what's about these chains? What do we know about these so far?
They bar the
Oh,
exit, in theory.
So this is the exit.
In theory.
We think this is the exit.
This is
There.
uncharted territory to both camps.
And why were you guys trying to use the gem? What does the gem have to do with this area?
Well, the gems are 2 locks, keys to locks. I was curious if they had any interplay with unlocking the chains to the doorway, but no, that doesn't seem to be a thing.
So I would probably know that, right? I would probably know that these chains aren't going to be unlocked by any mundane means, right?
Yeah,
But-
and they figured that out too with their... Well, they figured out that the magical stuff wasn't going to help, the keys weren't going to help with this.
Are there multiple rubies or
There are 2.
gem? Do we have
There
both?
are 2 gems.
That we know of.
The humans have 1, the orcs have 1. Neither of them really want to give them to us, which I don't blame them for.
After what I just did, I'm pretty sure that the only way to push, not any
Well-
magical means or whatever.
Well, my theory is that there's a sort of a lock in the human. If you put the gems in, maybe it'll unlock the chains. That's my theory.
Maybe while he was casting his unseen servant ritual, you were looking around the orc camp for a socket lock thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there's other places and stuff everywhere. Have we scoured every inch of everywhere?
You guys have not went through and done, investigation checks or anything.
Oh yeah, so I'd be I don't want to go through there without investigating it, and then yeah, starting to go through everywhere, right?
Or I'm not going through.
Not through there. I'm saying everywhere else. I would want to look around everywhere else before we try to force our way through this area, because the Mac does not like that. Is it the Mac? Theamac?
Theamac.
Theamac. Okay, so yeah, Theamac does not